So yeah, Arizona is definitely different than Georgia, but I would like to encourage everyone from every state to basically pick up a similar type effort.
This is part two of my interview with the charming Liz Harris about we go into shredded ballots and what is the next state that we should apply an audit to.
He's the man, he's from America, no, not Japan.
And some of the people, it's really like 4,400 people that signed up, but a few hundred of those people are actually people from out of state. They log into our Zoom calls. We do 3 a day. And they learn what we're doing here in Arizona to try to take it back to
do it elsewhere. Where do you think is the next best chance for success, given weakest case that the other side would have? Where is that state or county?
I'm hoping that Nevada. I'm hoping that Nevada picks up. And the reason it's not necessarily because of the judges or anything like that, but it's because when we look at something we're going to talk about, the lawsuit Burke versus Ducey, the confession that we have from a gentleman by the name of Scott Koch, and I've listened to these recordings. He essentially states that I could have the numbers either 417,000 or 419,000. I'm not sure which one it is, but that many ballots were actually allegedly, I'll use allegedly, in on a flight from overseas. The plane allegedly originated in China, and then it went to South Korea, and then it came to Sky Harbor in Phoenix, and then it went to Seattle. Now, for a lot of people, I am a tinfoil hat wearer if I can believe in this one little bit. But what Scott Koch said was interesting. There's a certain amount that were into Maricopa County, but the majority of them went to Nevada. It's the weather. We got great weather.
I'm telling you, I think you might get a lot of help on the ground out there outside of Reno.
Right. And then we have a social media broadcaster that basically, as you know, he had some of his people go out and look at these addresses didn't exist.
Our man, Steve Crowder, has been doing a lot of research over there and just pounding it. So he has kind of helped break open the case. Will they be able to get connected through It Smells Funny, or do they need to set up an It Smells Funny in Nevada, or they can get connected through It Smells Funny?
Right. They can connect with me. Just basically all they need to do is attend one or two of our Canvas trainings and then go set it up in the other state. And I am sure that Bobby Python or a Bobby Python equivalent would give them the names and the addresses to Canvas. Sure. It's really, that portion of the operation is really simple. Where it gets difficult is then you get all these declarations and affidavits coming in. Yep. Then you've got to do something. You've got to do further research on them. Find out, just confirm that these people voted, these people didn't. And again, the affidavits we have, they're in the thousands. And then before we make anything public, we try very hard to redact names and even redact the notary, because we don't want, we've got this doxing thing going on. But it's a major operation. And then the other thing that we do, which other states can do, is we are constantly getting data sets. So like for Maricopa County, we don't just have a data set from November of 2020. We have data sets every month moving forward. And I'll bet you if other states look at this, you might see some of those records changing.
Anomalies. Yeah. So you had a bunch of changes. It was like 1 million or something in November, was it? It was
500,000 in November, and then an additional 500,000 from December 1st to December 4th. But now we're diving deeper into it. Okay, well, what changed? So we are finding registration dates changing. We're finding people's birth years changing. We're finding people who actually voted vanishing. So I don't want to, this could open itself up to a criminal investigation. Say things are changing, not just from 2020, being changed today from other years. The way I like to think, they know we're onto something. Has ever done this to the level or degree that we are doing it here in Arizona?
So a big question I get a lot of is the shredded ballots that Stacey Burke had or Earl had, and they're being moved around. And now we have, is it Borelli was requesting them? There isn't enough of that shredded evidence to change anything, right? They're just looking at them to see what they are.
I would say that's correct. And at this point, they've moved around so much, they're losing value.
Yeah, because we've lost provenance on them. Those 2.1 million votes that were under Richard, that were all taped up in boxes.
Eagerly awaited for the Senate's work. And so as you can see, these are boxes. Now these ones contain the green envelopes that have the signatures, and then the ones, and we'll walk around to the other side.
Oh, they are shrink wrapped. I thought you said they weren't.
The tops of these ones aren't, because those are the green envelopes that contain the signature. And then the ones with the ballots.
Do you just leave it off just to indicate that it's envelopes, or is there a reason why they get to separate it from the
to indicate, and because, but there's also a form that says, that says what they are. And then that's under 24-hour video surveillance, and only certain people have authorization. For instance, like I just said, my key badge doesn't even authorize me to get into this room.
You should demonstrate that like you did to me. That was kind of funny.
So, do this. I can't even get in there because those are the 2.1 million ballots from the general election, November 3rd, and they are being awaited direction from the Senate, and we will happily do what you guys tell us to do with them.
Okay.
The provenance on those is still secure, right?
Yes, there was the incident of them moving into trucks, one or more trucks. I was told they all moved. It's just you can't fit 17 pallets in one truck. So I think it was multiple trucks. And then the other thing is, just so that you know, the reason I know 100% that none of that was fake is because I literally have footage of the inside, and I saw all the pallets moving, all the pallet trucks moving them back and forth.
Right, but none of those pallets, to our knowledge, have disappeared or been tampered with. They weren't opened. They were taped up for shipping.
They had shrink wrap around them. So I'm hoping that they're secure.
Do you know if there's an accounting on individual pallets where they would know what was in what box, envelopes, voter rolls?
To try to recreate a perfect set of 2.1 million ballots would be next to impossible without having multiple whistleblowers, I would think. Now,
that's what I mean is there's always someone, there's always a janitor, someone is watching. We've already seen all this stuff come out. They can't even secretly load them onto a truck without someone seeing it.
Right. Now there is someone out there, and I would just beg her to come out. She basically wants to whistleblow, but she's for her life. Now you don't know if it's just, but I would just encourage anyone that needs to come out and tell that the truth is always going to protect you. So anyone that wants to come out with anything, I will drop everything and come out and meet with you. And I know that I have enough connections right now to get anyone protection, but the truth is really important.
Good. So you guys can help get this word out by spreading the link to this video around. We have to get the word out that we're looking for information of anyone who has testimony. They can reach out to you through that It Smells Funny website, right? Itsmellsfunny.com. This has been part 2. Part 3 is coming. Sign up to that website. Pass the word around to your friends. I'm Doug TenNapel in Exile.